Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Friday, July 31st, and can't believe another month is over. First thing we need to talk about is it does not look like we are going to hit our goal of 150 thumbs up for each and every one of the daily financial news this week's. And, you know, the deal was don't hit 150. We don't spend an hour together Saturday. I suspected this would happen eventually, and I don't know. I have too much fun having those conversations Saturday. I've worked it into my schedule. It's one of the two things I make sure I get done before go outside and work out. So uh, even though we failed to hit that 150 thumbs up, I still plan to have the call tomorrow. Yeah, I have fun doing it, so I will do this Saturday. We'll see if we continue doing them, but I've kind of already planned out to do this Saturday. So if you have questions, feel free to add them. The list is not very long. I think as I sit here, I think it's only 8 or 9. So make sure you leave questions. Remember, leave them in the daily financial news videos. As the channel is growing, the comments are growing. So I want to make sure I look in the right place. So leave your questions and we will spend time together Saturday, 8 a.m. And, we'll keep trying to be just a little bit better each and every day. So as for the news of the day, again, Friday, July 31st, I kind of reported on the big tech last night after hours, so I won't really go into that, except to say that the market is kind of reacting as I indicated they would. Three of them are crushing it, and one, Google/Alphabet, which was the weakest of the four, talking about growth slowing or revenue decrease for the first time in company history. I still can't believe Amazon's beat. How can analysts be so clueless to call? I think it was $1.40. Let's call it $1.50, and then they do almost $11. I mean, really? That's that's what these big brainiacs in Wall Street are doing. I get why they missed. Don't get me wrong, but that's a eight, eight x miss, and it's not like revenue was really much higher than expected. I think revenue was up like I should have wrote it down and I didn't. It was up like 20 or 25%. It didn't account for the just massive beat. But anyways, all right, I digress. A couple other things. Obviously, the NBA started yesterday, and if you've watched this channel for a while, you know I have a soft spot for that league, being a season ticket holder, and and the first things I have to say is why the hell is Zion Williamson on a 11-minute Laker or on a 11-minute minutes restriction? Don't the Pelicans want to make the playoffs? I don't get that. I didn't realize he was injured or anything. It seems like he's built like a brick house, but maybe I don't know. And then, good for LeBron with that late game winner. A lot of games today, right? We start really getting into it, and it is a different game to watch with no fans. I got to tell you, it's different, and it's going to take me a little while to get used to it. But I am glad to have live sports back. So okay, I digress. I got to tell you, feels like Congress let us down. Congress failed. I thought they were better than this. I'm sorry, I did. I thought they were better than this. I believe I heard the Senate is already out for the weekend. They've already let them go, right? And no deal is done. I still want to put out hope. I'm generally a hopeful person that something gets done by Sunday. It'll have to be a stopgap measure. To date, the Democrats have said no deal. We want one massive deal. Um, you know, it will probably have to include something around evictions and something around unemployment benefits would be my guess for a skinny deal. The bigger items will not be included, else it won't get approved. It's going to have to be a pretty strict bill if it's going to get passed this weekend. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Could an executive order do something and just cut out the middleman? I don't know. I don't know. But just to say, I'm disappointed, disgusted, but yet hopeful something gets done. Uh, yeah. Actually, later today, I'm going to do a live stream, probably in a half hour or so, around what my collection have been the last 6 months and what kind of delinquencies I have now in total. If you've watched the channel, you know my rent collection has been 95 plus each month. But after watching, a property manager managing 6,000 units, he brought up rolling delinquencies. So I'm going to share that later in what I think what's happening in my portfolio. It's kind of interesting. I didn't look at it before, so we'll talk about that later. Back to our analysts being clueless. Traditional quarters, companies beat about 70% of the time. As of right now, they're beating 80% of the time. Now, just so we're clear, a beat does not mean they're earning a profit. It just means they lost less than expected. But the average beat has been 13%, and that's going to go up. That was before, Apple and Amazon's monster beats yesterday. So that's off Thursday's data. An average beat in a typical quarter is 2 or 3%. So, you know, on one hand, you got to feel bad for the analysts because no companies were giving guidance in Q2. On the other hand, you've got to wonder what the hell they do all day. But anyways, again, we already talked about Amazon earning over $10. I think that's crazy. The Eurozone, this was interesting. If you remember, the America, had a 39% GDP fall in Q2. The Eurozone in total fell 12.1. So their GDP contraction was less. Back on the oils, right? Chevron and Exxon are losing money. They have oversupply and demand is nowhere near where it needs to be. Both of them lost over $1 billion, and they're actually taking on a bunch of debt, which hurts their balance sheet and their income statements. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Warren Buffett clearly picking a winner in his bank portfolio. He's adding to Bank of America. He has spent $1.7 billion buying B of A shares, and his stake is now 11.8%. He is a believer in Bank of America, no doubt. Something I failed to pick up on Wednesday or Thursday when it came out was pending home sales. Pending home sales were up 16.6%. Now, again, pending home sales is not a deal make, but it certainly shows interest in everything we're talking about across the country. Most importantly, 16.6 increase off of May is but wow, up 6.3 from last June. That is meaningful to me, as we obviously had none of this going on last summer. So it looks like summer is the new spring buying season, and it is the rush out of the big cities is faster and bigger than I expected. Again, talk about Google or Alphabet being down. One of the big four is down today. The others were up nicely. Consumer spending is up again, second month in a row. May was a record, up 8.5, but obviously April was the trough, so let's not get too excited. But second month in a row with impressive consumer spending, up 5.6%. So pretty exciting there. Also, personal incomes were down for the month, down 1.1%. Again, consumer-based economy. We were feeling a little bit better. It will be interesting to see what happened in July. Obviously, the Sun Belt took it on the chin. There are hopeful signs that that's getting under control, but it's a fragile. I would call the consumer psyche pretty fragile today, wouldn't you? Especially with what is going on with the stimulus. That is going to have real impact if nothing gets done. The analogy of building a bridge halfway really sticks with me, right? We need the stimulus to get over this. Let's assume it's a year duration, and right now they've built stimulus for 6 months, and if you don't complete the bridge, why start? I mean, I don't know. Seems counterproductive. Caterpillar, just an example of a company who beat but still lost, if you know what I mean. Caterpillar beat on top and bottom line, did $10 billion in revenue, but that's a fall of 31%. They did 14.4 14.4, I think, 14.2. Now they're down to 10. Again, I think Caterpillar wins long term. I think one of the things that happens, regardless of who takes the executive branch, is a monstrous infrastructure bill, and I think Caterpillar wins long term. They've got another 90 days or so of pain ahead, I think. And then the last thing I saw is British Airways is selling or auctioning off their art that they had collected around the world. And I've been in a lot of executive lounges in my career, and I guess I had no idea how expensive that artwork is. Apparently, one of British Airways art paintings, I guess paintings I'd say, sold for $2.5 million. Seriously, that was sitting in an airport lounge. I I had no idea. I thought they were $100, $200 pieces. I had no idea that I could be potentially sitting next to a seven-figure piece of art. Pretty crazy, right? Well, they're doing that to raise cash, so good on them. So in the end, that's what I got for you today. Again, I think Congress let us down. They failed. I'm going to sit here hopeful that we have a skinny deal done over the weekend, probably something around evictions, which is interesting. Am I autographing my hats? I hadn't thought about it, but I probably could autograph across here. I'd have to go buy a bunch. I got one, I got two of those. Oh, I got six of those, two of those, two of those. So I got 10 hats. I probably could. I hadn't thought about it though. I didn't know anybody would want my autograph, but I could. And if you want to get your own hats or any other of my fun shirts, I actually now have the link in these videos below, so you can check them out. Let me know which color hat you like. Don't know, but let me know. So again, I just want to put it out there one more time. Congress, do something for the American people. Swallow your pride. Do a month stopgap measure, and then don't go on summer recess. Oh, I could sign here. Oh, you guys are smart. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just want to put it out there. Let's fingers crossed something gets done this weekend, even if it's late Sunday. I think if we come into Monday and the Congress is still fighting, God, I don't even want to think about it. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I have two more book reports to talk about. This is the last day for book reports, so I will share those with you. It's pretty awesome. I'm actually going to give money away to everybody who submit the book reports, just because that's who I am. The top three will get hundreds, and then I'm going to give $20 to everybody else who did a book report, just because I want to and I can. All right, everybody, take care of yourself.